What's up, nerd family? Welcome once again to the Poindexter Lounge. My name is Enosh, aka Enosh Vet, and today we are in the toy room once again to do another toy review. Now, we're going to get into that in a minute, but I want to remind you that this month we have another giveaway, and of course, that is the Orm Aquaman Battle Armor action figure. And so if you want to be in the running for this figure, it's a pretty cool figure. It is the basic figure, but it's pretty cool. As you can see here, he comes with all of his battle armor and everything, and this can be yours. All you got to do is subscribe and hit the notifications bell, and of course, leave a comment down in the comment section telling me that you would like to be in the running for this, and you will be. All right, so hey, here at the Poindexter Lounge, we love toys and we love subscribers, and that means we love you, and we love giving things away. So get in on this action if you want this figure this month. Last month we gave away a Shazam action figure, basic action figure, to William. So congratulations again, William. And today, speaking of Shazam, we are talking about the Multiverse Shazam Mattel action figure. Now we are going to review this figure today, so let's go ahead and jump right in. All right, so let's take a look at the packaging. I always say this, and I still believe it to be true, and it's even more so with this red and yellow color scheme of Shazam. This packaging looks great. The DC Multiverse packaging, since they revamped it to this blue, looks absolutely amazing. I mean, look at the way that the red and the yellow pop. Of course, we got the DC logo up at the top, just like usual. Just looks really good. The name Shazam, and then of course the Shazam logo, which looks wonderful. Just really like it. Of course, we have the Zachary Levi picture here on the left. That artwork looks really good. Of course, the figure inside displays the different hands and accessories that come with Shazam here. And you can see here pretty well, they display the figure pretty well from the inside, just right here on the front. Of course, you got the DC logo down there and the Multiverse logo. Here on the side, we got the Shazam logo, along with that picture of Zachary Levi, which is a great likeness, kind of a mix between kind of a artsy kind of cartoon thing and kind of the live action picture. If you look at this Shazam logo, it's got that little DC bug up at the top. And then of course, over here, another copy of the Zachary Levi picture. On the back here, we've got the full Zachary Levi picture with the red and yellow, and looks really good. And then of course, we see here on the back all the figures that are represented here, which is just Shazam and Dr. Savannah. Of course, I wish that they had done a full line of figures for this with the whole Shazam family, but I'm not sure that we're actually going to get that. I haven't been able to find anything that shows that we're getting the whole Shazam family in the DC Multiverse 6-inch line. Of course, we got a 5.5-inch line, but that's what it is. Of course, it says Shazam. All it takes is the word Shazam for young Billy Batson to transform into a magic-powered superhero. Not much of a bio here, really, but it's kind of straight to the point, and you know, looks good. Of course, we got the usual information here at the bottom with the UPC symbols and just, you know, the Lego mumbo jumbo. So there you go. That is the packaging for the Shazam action figure. Let's move on and see what's inside. So here we have him in the tray. Once you take the tray out, this is what he looks like. Take a closer look here. I always like to take a look at this. This is how he fits in the tray. Kind of get a little bit of a better look of how he looks just in plastic tray. Like I said, I used to always play that my characters, my figures were frozen in carbonite. You can see here how the cape fits into that tray. So you want to be careful when pulling it out, that you don't get it caught up or, you know, maybe snag it on the way out. So I always like to show that because you want to be careful in how you pull these figures out sometimes, because they can get caught. You can get pieces caught, and you don't want to break your figure, of course. Now, I do want to point out with these hands, these little pegs here, since you can change out the hands, and it comes with 3 sets of hands, the fists that are already included, and some open fists, and then an open hand. Be careful right here, because these are put in such a way that if you pull them too hard, you may pull out the peg. So be careful, make sure that you're paying attention to how you're pulling those out, and that that you're not just yanking on them. You know, sometimes you get so excited when opening a new figure that you just want to just yank the thing out, and you can't do that with this. You just gotta pull it out softly and let it come out naturally. And of course, that's what I did here, and comes out really nice. So let's take a closer look at the figure. Here is the big red cheese himself, Mr. Shazam, Captain Marvel, as we like to call him around here, because he was the original Captain Marvel before, of course, all the legal battles ensued and Marvel took the name. Of course, here you see lots of great sculpting and detail on this figure. Look at this cape. I love this cape, and just the etching around with the gold on the white. You know, it's a different kind of, you know, cape. They make fun of it that it looks like a bed sheet or you know, tablecloth or something like that. But you can see here how it goes onto the figure. It's attached at the neck, and it looks really good though with the white. So what's the articulation? Well, his head goes around. It's on a ball joint, and it goes all the way around, as you can see here. And great nod action here. So it goes up and down really well. Some of these you know, don't have such a great one. You need to be careful though with the eyebrows when picking up this figure, because some of the eyebrows are misprinted, and I had to take one back actually. So be careful of that. The arms do go up and down and all the way around at the shoulder as such. He also has a bicep swivel. This one's a little firm here because he has the bicep swivel. He does not have an elbow swivel, but his elbow does bend at the elbow, and of course his hand does go all the way around because it is interchangeable and does come out here. And we'll go ahead and replace one of these so you can see exactly how to do that. You just pull one out. You just want to be careful that you don't yank too hard to break it, just like pulling it out of the package. But here, as you can see, once you get it in, it does go all the way around, and you can put items in that hand. Now look at these gauntlets. These gauntlets look really cool. The gold and the white. I like, look at the detail there where you have the white inside of the gold. That looks really nice, and that's a great little you know, addition that you can tell they took some care for that. Of course, the right arm does the exact same thing, goes all the way around and swivels at the bicep. And then of course he can flex his bicep just as such, but it won't go around at the elbow. And then of course this hand goes around as well. And let's go ahead and replace one of these hands as well. Of course, you got the gauntlet there with the same paint scheme with the gold and the white. Now look, here is the symbol, the Shazam's lightning symbol. Looks really good. Now this figure in particular does not have the tiger symbols here on where the cape connects to the chest shield, but it's just, you know, I mean, it's a $20 figure. It's not one of the higher end figures. So this figure has a kind of a strange thing. So he's got an ab crunch, but it may look like, you know, he may spin around here up at the upper torso, but he doesn't. He only spins around at the lower torso, but he will go all the way around. But he's got this great ab crunch. You can see here, he can work on his abs, those super abs. And this is kind of a different thing. Now his torso looks a little elongated because of this. So it's a little different than a lot of the other figures because of this elongated torso. It's kind of weird, and it looks a little strange, and it makes him a little taller and skinnier than a lot of the other figures in the line. Now, here you go. He can do a full split, which is pretty cool. So you can get him into all kinds of crazy poses. Of course, his leg will go around at the hip socket, but you want to be careful. Don't force it because you can break it. So it won't go necessarily all the way around. I take that back. It'll only go pretty much so far. He does swivel at the thigh here, as you can see, and some nice textured on the scheme there. Of course, also his knee has a double joint knee. His ankle, his foot will go all the way around. Of course, you want to be careful about that, but it's on that swivel there, and it does go fully up and down. You can see the space there, so you do get some nice posability, but I can see with time, if you wear it down a lot, it you know, it could probably give you a hard time. He does come with foot holes. I have yet to see foot pegs that fit these guys, but you know, if you find something,
would probably work. There, of course, the right leg is exactly the same with the thigh swivel, double knee joint, and the joint there at the ankle that will go around. You gotta force it a little bit, and I wouldn't suggest doing that too much because you probably will make it loose. But it goes up and down really well, and these boots look great. The gold color looks great, and you can see the little bit of space there between the foot and the ankle itself. So it's a good looking figure. It's got a lot of articulation, a lot of great poses that you can make with this figure, and you can pose him really well to fly. I like some of the different flying poses that you can get out of this figure. You know, if you're going to hang the figure in a flying pose, you know, he can do the whole Superman pass at the camera, smile, and then move on. Of course, he does that in the movie where he flies kind of like that. So, you know, some great way to be able to recreate some of the scenes from the movie. And he stands pretty well too. Of course, I have him on this towel here, so you know it's going to take a minute to get him to stand up on his own. But he does stand well on his own, and you see here he's got great balance. So let's take a look at the accessories. Here are the hands. He comes with these open hands here for flying. So I don't want to sound like I'm too positive on these figures because there are some paint issues, it seems, with the Shazam Multiverse figures. You can see here the red on the tips where it looks like they've just painted the flesh color over a red plastic or something. So it almost looks like he has red fingertips or even red fingernail polish. There seems to be a lot of paint issues there as he falls over. Seems to be a lot of paint issues with these Shazam figures. Like I said, you got to watch the eyebrows. Make sure when you pick one up that you really pay close attention to those eyebrows. Now, here's something I noticed, and that is the Bizarro figure that I just went over has a better hand sculpt for the flat hand than the Shazam one. There's a lot more detail in the Bizarro one as far as the distinction on the fingers between the knuckles and such, and the grooves on the hand, where there's not a lot of definition with the Shazam figures. And of course you can see here, you can see the red in the joint as well. So again, paint issues and the sculpt is not as good. Here is Shazam versus the Batman versus Superman Multiverse Superman. Because of that elongated torso, Shazam is taller, which is fine, but it just looks a little strange. I wonder what Batman and the other Justice League members are doing for lunch today. We can go pick something up, get some takeout. Hey, Superman, you want to go to lunch? I got this kid who would really like to meet you. Yeah, sure, that's fine, but let's not show my face because I'm having a bad hair day. So as many of you know, the DC movie universe is kind of in a different kind of place right now. So I hope that if they do make a Justice League 2 one day, that Shazam finds his place in with the rest of the Justice League. I think he fits in great as a character and would bring a new spin to the whole superhero aspect, being a boy who gets superpowers.
So there you have it, folks. That is my review of the DC Multiverse Shazam movie action figure. It's a pretty cool figure. Like I said, there's a few little things here. His torso's a little long, but that's okay. I still like him. I love the colors. I love how it pops, and I love how it looks up on the shelf with the rest of my DC figures. All right. Do you have this figure? Let me know down in the comment section. I would love to hear from you. Also, follow us on social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all the stuff. You can find all that in the description below. Send me pictures of you and your toys and your collection. I would love to see them. All right. And let's talk about toys. Let's talk about the stuff that we love. All right. Also, don't forget, once again, get in the running for this Orm action figure. All you got to do is subscribe, hit notifications, and tell me down in the comment section that you would like to be in the running for this figure. All right, guys. Well, that's it for this time. Thank you for joining me in my toy room once again. You know, I'm always tracking down new toys, and I'm always looking for new stuff. So, hey, if I see you out there, let's hunt together, all right? Until next time, bye-bye. Hey guys, if you made it this far in the video, you are awesome. Thank you guys so much for your support. Please smash that like button and of course subscribe, and also hit that notifications bell so that you are aware when we put out new videos, which is like all the time. Thanks for being a part of the Poindexter Lounge, and we'll see you next time.